What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, which I guess I can't really say because I haven't uploaded in like 3 years. However, I just wanted to get on YouTube today because the new Season 2 trailer for Severance came out, and this has been my micro obsession for like 3 months now, ever since I watched it, which, oh, it's just such a good show. I would say it's on par with Breaking Bad. I think this show is amazing. I think Season 1 had everything that comes in with a great show, and I just wanted to get my like live reaction because, disclaimer, I have watched it already, but I think there's so much that can be pulled from this trailer and theories that people had. And so I kind of just want to get into that today and see what we can find with you guys, because it's been a while. So let's get into it. I really want to talk, but I won't talk. I won't talk.
Everything they told you about Severance is a lie.
I'm sorry, I do have to pause. I think it's so cool the cinematics they're using in this, because it's like such a stark difference from what they've used in the past. It's a lot more animated, and it just feels like you can tell there's going to be a different shift this season. Okay, besides that, we'll break.
I give consent to sever my memories between my work life and my personal life.
We're not happy. We're miserable.
Oh, he's so scared. He's so confused what's going on.
Do here? My wife.
She's alive!
Bro, who is this fake Mark?
Welcome
Fake
back,
Helly? What is going on?
Marcus.
Okay. Mr. Milchek is here. Mr. Milchek's here.
Been a minute.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Severance. Coming January, right? I think January 25. 17th, okay. 2025. Okay. First of all, amazing trailer. Had so much, but I think to start, let's just start from the beginning. Immediately you can tell that Mark here is coming directly from his house. There was no transition period. There was nothing we missed. The season's probably going to open immediately after he said, "She's alive!" And if you haven't watched Season 1, probably don't watch this video. I'm sorry. But, because, I mean, to be fair, this trailer doesn't, I guess, reveal too much if you haven't watched Season 1. It still could hook you if you haven't seen it. But this so clearly shows the very last scene of Season 1 where he screams to the camera to his sister, "She's alive!" Referring to his wife, Gemma, who is Miss Casey. Insane. Insane twist also. Clearly just came out of that. Because he is freaking out. Which scares me because Mr. Milchek at the end of the trailer says, "It's been a minute." So does that mean that we probably well, I mean, I think obviously we have a huge time skip, because probably what happened, if I had to guess, is they talked to their Audis and told them that their innies revolted or something. I don't know if they would keep it under wraps to that extent, but maybe they would say something along the lines of, you know, the office is being worked on, we will have paid leave for you, something along those lines. But it's been a minute, clearly, because we have new staff. We'll get to that. Nothing really. There's really nothing in this part besides, you know, the new cinematics that, like I said, that I couldn't keep myself from talking about. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna top Season 1, because Season 1 was fascinating. It was 10 out of 10. But you know.
Severance.
Okay, then we have Helly talking in the background at the Lumen press conference thing or board meeting. I don't know what that's considered, but interesting.
It's a lie.
I'm seeing if I can hear her saying anything else, but I don't think there is.
I give consent to sever my memories
Surgery?
between my work life.
Okay, now this is what I want to talk about.
Life.
Mark is so clearly... It's the similar thing where probably that new department that they showed at the end of this trailer has like a little mixer for his new role, because I'm sure he's been bumped down to, you know, a lower position of some sort. He's probably not the unit manager or whatever, supervisor, I forget what it's called. They're punishing him in some way for literally revolting and possibly leaking Lumen secrets to the world. If I had to guess, it's got to be an upgraded version of MDR from last season with, you know, the new Helly, the new Dylan. Clearly it's to represent that he's been clearly demoted to a very low position, or it could be a whole new department. I genuinely don't know.
Life.
Let's keep watching.
And my personal life.
Yeah, you have the scene of Gemma. Again, you know, this isn't anything we haven't seen.
My memories
So I don't want to go back too far.
between my work life.
Him and Helly. I think this is from. I don't know if this is from this season. I think this is from the new season. It's hard to tell because I can't confirm that Helly didn't wear this outfit. I'm not going to go back and look through every single episode. If I might, and then in post I can, you know, say, yo, I'm an idiot, bro. This is clearly from last season. Because I'm so down to rewatch before the season comes out. But I think this is new. I think this is a new scene. It could very well be from whenever the Miss Casey was chasing them around and they were going through all the different departments and looking like that when they found the goats. But I'm gonna assume this is a new scene because then this is the exact outfit that correlates to the teaser. This is the teaser too, but the short 15-second trailer that they released like 2 months ago. Those are the same exact outfits they're wearing in that, and we can look into that after this.
And my personal.
So yeah, just more development. Probably them walking around. The more I think about it, that scene with him and Helly walking through a dark hallway probably isn't from this season because they wouldn't be allowed to walk around. I'm sure, you know, Milchek is going to keep an eye on them 24/7 at this point. So, you know, and Harmony won't have as much time to, you know, test them around because that's the whole reason they got away with all this stuff is because Harmony would let them walk around. She was always watching, but she's testing something and she got fired. And so now it's really Milchek, and I think the lady at the end of the short teaser is possibly the new manager of all of them. So let's keep going though.
Life.
So we got Gemma. I really like this scene because I think this just correlates to the whole thing that we saw last season with the whole fish tank and, you know, his Audi. This could possibly be a scene where, you know, his Audi might have gotten the news. You know, this is the morning he was about to go to work and he was like, Milchek came to his front door, or probably not Milchek, someone else was like, hey, your innie just like caused an entire scene, could have leaked all Lumen's information. Probably not in that manner. Like I said, they probably aren't going to talk about that, but the imagery of the fish tank in the back, again, amazing. You know, so I really like the whole scene of the two different colored beta fish. I believe they're beta fish with the kind of divider. And if I believe they're beta fish. I'm pretty sure in the last season we saw that they were beta fish. The whole thing with, you know, beta fish or Siamese fighting fish is they can't be stored in the same tank. So as you see in his 10, 20 gallon tank over there with two male beta fish, there's a divide, which clearly represents Mark S. and his Audi. So really good imagery of that. I really like that. Now let's keep going though.
We're not happy.
So Mark is running around. Helly is grabbing her throat. Likely, if I had to guess what this scene is, it is right after I think because she's wearing the same outfit she wore at the end of last season. This is Helly right after her speech and right after Helly R comes out, and this is probably Helly's Audi realizing, you know, super mad. She looks furious, but she also looks sad. It looks like there's tears in her eyes. So, you know, this is going to be some speculation too, but this is definitely right after that press conference of her coming out and talking about the Helly story and real Helly R coming out and saying, yo, we're suffering down there. They're torturing us. This is probably her, you know, post whatever, looking at herself in the mirror, having an existential crisis about, you know, maybe I'm really holding out that Helly R's Audi is a great person. I'm really hoping she is. I know she's an Egan. I know she's an Egan, so she, you know, wants to do this. But, you know, I've seen some interesting theories that maybe Helly from the outside is being forced into this, or maybe thinks that this is what's best for her family and her father's kind of making her do this. So I'm really holding out hope that she's a good person like Mark's Audi kind of is. I think Mark's Audi is just trying to deal with something, and I think that's sort of what we see with everyone that's undergoes the severance procedure. But I think here definitely is where Audi Helly is really thinking about, what am I doing? Because she's holding her neck where Helly hung herself originally. So I think she's holding a bit of resentment, clearly, for all the problems her innie is causing her. But I think she's also like clearly upset, and I think she's starting to change her mind on what she's doing here and what her real values are, and if maybe she's just being forced to do this by her father. It's almost like, you know, she's just upset about the whole situation. So, but yeah, let's see what else we got in this trailer. Because there was a lot of small clips and I missed them the first time I watched it. Okay, this scene. I wanted to talk about this scene since I watched this trailer this morning. We have an actor very similar to Zach Cherry, who plays Dylan G. And so I believe, you know, what this is because Dylan looks like, you know, he looks very content. He looks happy. So what this could be is maybe this is Dylan's outie talking with Dylan's outie's brother, working on getting a different position going. And so I'm really hoping, this kind of scares me because I'm kind of worried that we won't see Dylan in the season as much because he is the one that stayed behind, so he might get the most punishment. I don't know if he'd get the most punishment, but I'm wondering if this might be his outie really, you know, taking some outside steps here. I don't know.
We're miserable.
Okay, so we have Irving here, who I don't really know what he's doing. If I had to guess, maybe this is him after he was talking to Bert G's character, Bert G's outie. You know, this is very shortly after, and he's like, how the hell did I get here? So maybe he's at the phone calling someone, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. At the same time, though, it looks more like he's sort of investigating something. So if I had to guess, and we know from last season, Irving's outie was clearly trying to figure out what's going on in Lumen. He had everyone's names and everyone's locations tracked down to the very spot. So what I think he might be doing actually is from later in the trailer, we'll see. I think he might actually be tracking down Harmony, or Miss Cobell. Let's call her Miss Cobell. I don't know why I'm calling her Harmony. I think he might be tracking down Miss Cobell, because we'll see Miss Cobell in this trailer, who clearly snuck into Lumen. Let's keep going. Okay, Bert looking annoyed. Or maybe this is just him closing the door after not seeing him, because if I had to guess, well, no, I don't think he ran. He was probably more confused than anyone. Irving's outie, I mean. This is probably Bert being like, what do you want, dude? Like, get out of my house. So, something along those lines.
What is it we actually do here?
Interesting. A hand-drawn image of the testing floor. Because we know very well that Irving he knew something. He clearly was been on the testing floor. A lot of theories say that Irving might have been one of the first severed workers, and so maybe he saw this testing floor in a past Severance. I don't even know how I'd phrase this, but I think what people think with that is how Irving sees like the black paint in his like hallucinations from his outie's real life experience doing all the painting of the testing floor. People are like, well, how does his outie know about the testing floor? If I had to guess, both parties are confused about what the testing floor is. In the very first stages, my thought is that Irving might have been one of the first severed people, so he experienced this testing floor. And when he underwent his severed procedure a second time, so yeah, he was severed and then he went through it, but then he saw the testing floor, so he was severed a second time. So the Irving we see now doesn't know about this testing floor, but his past severed self does. Same with the Irving we see now as outie. So neither one would see it, which would explain both of them having these weird hallucinations / imagery of this weird hallway with a creepy red door at the end. But that's just my thought. Okay, again, another imagery of the testing floor. Who could this be? Someone that has clearly gray hair, but is straight hair. Could it be Bert? Could it be Bert G's back? I don't know. I'm going to go with that this is Bert G, and that most likely maybe whenever he retired or whatever, maybe he had to go through the testing floor real quick to remove his chip. I don't know if they still have their chips or they just leave them in there. Again, this is another hard scene. The whole testing floor aspect is so hard to figure out what's going on because we know so little about it. Okay, Mark's running. Again, Irving's head, which unfortunately I think this relates to... Oh my god, wait. I didn't even process this. I think Irving retired. I think they're going to retire Irving and he's not going to come back. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't process this. This clearly correlates to Irving's retirement party. Whether or not he's there for it or it's just a party in celebration of him and they just never turn his chip back on, which that's really unfortunate. I think this season we're probably going to see some familiar faces fade away from the screen. Okay. This scene scared the shit out of me whenever I first saw it. Because at first I just saw Mrs. Cobell like looking into the the our side of the camera. But then I look into the mirror to the left and I see that horrifying figure just standing straight like a ghost or something. At first I thought it was Heliar. I don't think it is. I think this is possibly after Mrs. Cobell snuck into the Lumen, which we'll see in this trailer later, where she's like running through a tunnel or something. I don't know. I think if anyone, I think this could possibly be Helena / Heli R's Audi's assistant, the lady that we see frequently throughout, the season that was Mrs. Cobell hated because she kind of spoke for the board, and she held no real power, but she acted like she did, and it really made Mrs. Cobell mad. I think that's what it's about. I think it could possibly be maybe them talking after that press conference where Heli R revealed some secrets about Lumen. I'm not sure. Okay, again, the very scene that I was just talking about, Mrs. Cobell walking through a tunnel, so possibly some underground passage through Lumen. This could possibly be the tunnel Petey used. Maybe she's investigating that. I personally don't know, because it could either be that, or it could be a possible passageway into Lumen that Mrs. Cobell is using because she's been fired. At the same time, though, she did play a pivotal role in figuring out that, everyone that is out right now from MDR is in their any form. You need to shut it down. So maybe they hired her back, and that's kind of what I'm starting to think. Okay, again, a scene with Heli R and Mark, which is not from last season. This is clearly the goat room, which, again, how's it happening so soon? Like, isn't Mr. Milchek, like, under their supervision, like, watching them 24/7? You would think. But, I don't know. It could be them going back, maybe, in like, running around. I don't know. I just don't know how they're going to fit that in, because realistically, they should be under tight supervision. So I don't know how they're finding different things in the building. I don't understand how they're getting away with running around. But if I had to guess, if anything, this is clearly just them discovering more of the GOAT department. Oh, whoa. Okay. To be fair, I was thinking that this is a new picture of Miss Casey. I think this might just be imagery from Mark. Yeah, I can't really gather too much from this image, but I think what we're just seeing here is probably just, Mark's freaking out because he's like, Miss Casey's my wife, dude. So he's probably just getting some weird hallucination of, what he saw. I don't think Miss Casey's going to be in this season too early on. She might be on later. But I think directly after this we see the testing floor. Missing, okay. So that's probably his Audi that wrote that. Or no, that looks like Lumen colors. And like the background of the desk, I think that's a green desk. So maybe he drew her.
My wife.
She's alive!
Look at that, she's alive, yep. We got the big reveal at the end here that MDR is completely different. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we have a Walmart version of Mark. Get out of here. We don't want you. Leave.
Who are you people?
Exactly. And we have a new version of Heli R. Like, guys, get out of here. We don't want you. Okay, no offense. But I want to see my girl and my guy, and hopefully, I hope Dylan and Irving come back. I'm kind of nervous. The imagery we saw in this trailer really is kind of confrontational of, like, Irving's probably retired, means, he's dead.
Welcome back, Marcus.
And we get Milchek. And he is scary / awesome as ever. I love Milchek. He's like the best villain ever.
Been a minute.
So, and then we get that return to the office. So clearly we have something here that is showing that a lot's changed around the office in the past. Let's give it like a month, maybe a month plus. One of the things that we can do with this is this outfit that Mark has on. We can kind of base it on his tie, and Heli's sweater. And we can go to the trailer that released 3 months ago here and look at some of the imagery in that. Which again, it just shows
I give consent
Lumen probably during that night of the presentation.
for the Lumen
Or it's just a cool shot of the Lumen company building.
Corporation
To sever my memories between my work life,
and my personal life.
I am aware that this alteration is comprehensive and irreversible.
Okay, someone has a motorcycle. Who has a motorcycle? Is that Irving that has a motorcycle? Someone is important that rides a motorcycle, and if I had to guess, it's probably Irving after he gets retired and is really like focused on figuring out what's going on here. So, yeah, okay, we see Helena. Okay, hold on. Damn it, it's so quick. Okay, but anyway, it looked like imagery of Helena Helena walking through, the company building after she gets tackled by her assistant because she was revealing company secrets. So I think that's what that is, at least. And we get Dylan here with a striped tie. Is Dylan wearing the same tie? Like, it's impossible to tell. I can't see his tie in that. Okay, here we have a weird imagery of someone running through the snow. We have Bert. Oh, okay. So those are Irving's fingers. It has the same. Okay, so these clearly are the same hands as the one in the drawing of the testing floor that we saw with Irving. I'm kind of just basing it off of like the long fingernail and the shading of the hand. But I mean, since they're a drawer or an artist, I don't know what the correct word for that. They have an image of Bert, his lover, and the testing floor from the last trailer. What was that? Okay, him just laughing with optics and design. Mr. Milchick running and chasing him down. Is that Mr. Milchick? I can't tell. I gotta like really slow this down. Oh, that's, yeah, okay. So we get Mr. Milchick running. I think that's from this season, potentially, or last season, potentially. Who he's running to, why he's running, don't know. Okay, and then we see them all together here.
You should have left.
Which gets me confused because we see them in two different outfits though here. Okay, and I think this correlates here to, I think honestly what we're seeing here is I think we're seeing the doctor from season 1 that gave Petey the unsevered surgery. She might be doing this to Irving, and that's why we see Irving constantly on his motorcycle. That's why we constantly see, imagery of him and his retirement party because he's retired. So possibly what he's doing is he's trying to get the memories back from inside to further his goal of telling the world about Lumen's secrets. Okay, and then we have the group here. I genuinely don't know if this is later in the season or this is immediately as they come back. I don't know. I think it might be, and we can compare too. So Mark has a tie with no patterning on it, no dots. Does his tie have dots on it? I think it does.
Everything they told you about.
It does. So it's clearly a different tie pattern. So I don't think this scene here it's not correlated directly from after they all meet up and hang out, because that past scene where Mark is freaking out is obviously going to be the opening for the season where we see them all come back. And I personally don't think they all are going to come back right away because they probably want to stagger them in like the way they come back to work. So I think here possibly might be like episode 2 where they finally all meet back up. Now we get a bigger reveal at the end with the new Mrs. Cobell, who is played by Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones, if you guys know Brienne of Tarth. We see her here saying, "You should have never came back," which is crazy.
You should have left.
Who I can't tell if she's saying it to both of them, because to be completely truthful with you guys, this scene does not look like they're in the same room together. This looks like they're almost like separated and they just like did some editing posts and just added them in the same room. They're not even looking in the same direction. I don't think that's what this is. I think this is probably just a little bit of trailer magic trying to make it look cool with, the key figures in the shot. So I don't think that's what this is. I don't think Gwendolyn Christie's character is telling them, directly. I think she might be talking to either one of them. And if anything, I think she's talking to Heliar's character, if anything. And so that's what's great about this new season, this new trailer coming out, because we can compare this thing from 3 months ago to this and how they're so vastly different. It's really hard to say what's going on. So I kind of, what I wanted to get from this is I hope you guys enjoyed my kind of annoying commentary on what's going on, seeing the new trailer, possibly some new theories. I love theorizing about this show. It's one of my favorite shows that's out right now. Once the season releases, if I don't get, canceled by Apple TV, maybe I'll make, episode reviews or episode recaps and theories and everything like that. So leave a like and a comment if you guys enjoy this video, and I would love to see what other people think about this trailer. So please leave a comment speculating what you think is really going on down in the bottom of Lumen, and I'll be sure to respond. So have a nice night, everybody. I'll talk to you later.